Hello friends, I am Dr. Madhukar Jadhav, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon. In this lecture of certification course, I am going to discuss regarding the prismatic compass part 2. The content of this lecture are whole circle bearing, quadrantal bearing, comparison between whole circle and quadrantal bearing, and forebearing and back bearing of a survey line. So, first of all, whole circle bearing and quadrantal bearing, or also called as reduced bearing, are two different types of bearing measurements which are used in compass surveying. So, we will see this in detail. First, whole circle bearing. The horizontal angle made by a survey line with the magnetic north in clockwise direction is known as whole circle bearing of a survey line. Only the magnetic north line is considered as a reference line in whole circle bearing system. Second one, quadrantal bearing or reduced bearing. The horizontal angle made by survey line with the magnetic north or south, whichever is closer to the line in the eastward or westward direction, is the quadrantal bearing, or also called as a reduced bearing of a survey line. Both magnetic north and magnetic south are considered as reference line in case of quadrantal bearing system. Next one, whole circle bearing and quadrantal bearing are shown in this figure. First one, this is the north direction and line is like this. So, the bearing is measured in clockwise direction up to that line, and this is called as whole circle bearing. In another figure, line is like this and the bearing is measured with respect to north, because this line is nearer to the south, and that is why it is measured with respect to south like this. So, this is called as quadrantal bearing or reduced bearing of this line. Next one. So, in this figure, the lines are in different quadrants, and for that lines the whole circle bearings are shown. First important thing in case of compass surveying is that we are considering the quadrants like this. NE is known as first quadrant, then SE is known as second quadrant, then SW is known as third quadrant, and NW is known as fourth quadrant. So, we are counting the quadrants in clockwise direction from first, second, third and fourth like this. Now, see here, line AB falls in first quadrant. So, this is the angle, or this is the whole circle bearing of line AB. Next one, line AC falls in second quadrant, and this is the bearing of line AC. Next one, line AD is in third quadrant. So, this total bearing theta 3 is the whole circle bearing of line AD, while line AF is in fourth quadrant. So, this total angle is known as whole circle bearing of line AF. So, theta 4 is the whole circle bearing of line AF. Next, quadrantal bearing system. Now, in this figure again line OA, OB, OC, OD are shown, and angle made by these lines with respect to north and with respect to south are shown. So, first one, line OA, the angle they have given is 60 degree. So, the quadrantal bearing can be written like this, N 60 degree E, means we have to write the quadrants also in case of reduced bearing or in case of quadrantal bearing. So, for first quadrant its reduced bearing and whole circle bearing are one and the same, only we have to add the quadrants. Now, this is the second quadrant, line OB. So, quadrantal bearing for AB is S 40 degree E, because this bearing is measured from south towards the line. So, S 40 degree E. Next line is OC. Now, for this OC, this pole is nearer, that is south, therefore, quadrantal bearing of OC is equal to S 30 degree W. And for the last line OD, north is nearer, hence quadrantal bearing of OD is equal to N 40 degree W. Next one, comparison between whole circle bearing and quadrantal bearing. So, first one, the horizontal angle made by survey line with magnetic north in clockwise direction is known as whole circle bearing. Quadrantal bearing, the horizontal angle made by survey line with magnetic north or south, whichever is closer to the line in eastward or westward direction, is known as quadrantal bearing or reduced bearing of a survey line. Second one, the clockwise angle from the reference line is only taken in case of whole circle, while in case of quadrantal both clockwise and anti-clockwise angles from the reference line are taken, maybe north side or maybe south side. Next, the value of whole circle bearing varies between 0 to 360, while the value of reduced bearing varies from 0 to 90 degree. And the last one is examples of whole circle bearing, that is 26 degree, 121 degree, 245 degree and 350 degrees, while the quadrantal bearings N26E, S59E, S65W and N10 degree W. Okay. So, quadrantal bearings are written like this, while the whole circle bearings are written like this. Next one, conversion of bearings from one system to another system, that is whole circle bearing to quadrantal bearing. So, this is the table which is given, in which the formulae for conversion are given. Now, in case of first quadrant, the whole circle bearing varies from 0 to 90, and the rule for converting to RB, that is same as that of the whole circle bearing, and the quadrant is 1. In case of second quadrant, whole circle bearing varies from 90 to 180 degree, and formula for finding out the reduced bearing RB is equal to 180 minus whole circle bearing, and the quadrant is second one. Then third case, WCB between 180 degree to 270 degree, then formula for finding out the reduced bearing RB is equal to whole circle bearing minus 180 degree, and the quadrant is third one SW. And the last one, fourth case, when the whole circle bearing is between 270 to 360 degree, the rule for conversion is RB is equal to 360 degree minus whole circle bearing, and the quadrant is fourth quadrant. So, by using this table we can convert whole circle bearing to quadrantal bearing or quadrantal bearing to whole circle bearing. Next one, forebearing and back bearing of a survey line. So, first forebearing, when bearing of a survey line is measured in the direction of progress of survey line is called as forebearing of that line, while back bearing, when bearing of a survey line is measured in the direction opposite to progress of survey line is called as back bearing of a survey line. Now, see in this figure, line AB is given. So, at A this is the north direction, at B this is the north direction. So, when the instrument is at A and after temporary adjustment, when we have sighted the point B, we will get certain angle. So that angle or that bearing is known as forebearing of line AB. As it is measured in forward direction, so this alpha is known as forebearing of line AB. Okay. Next one, if we shift the instrument or prismatic compass to station B, and after leveling, if we sight the object at A, and if we measure the bearing, then this angle is known as back bearing of line AB. Back bearing of line AB. So this angle beta is known as back bearing for line AB. So have you follow? The forebearing is measured in propagation of the line, while back bearing is measured in the reverse direction, or it is also called as in backward direction, and hence back bearing of a survey line is equal to forebearing plus or minus 180 degree. So this formula is very important as far as forebearing and back bearing of different lines are concerned. Now see in this figure, the angle NAB, angle NAB is equal to alpha, and this angle is known as forebearing of line AB, while angle NBA, angle NBA is equal to beta is equal to back bearing of line AB, and finally therefore forebearing minus back bearing is equal to 180 degree. So this equation and this equation is very much important as far as forebearing and back bearing of different line is concerned. So this is sufficient in this lecture. Thank you.